Sing. Take it away.
Hey,
so awkward.
Hey. Yes, we're back. We're black. We're brown. Ambition. Mandy and I are back in the black.
Kelly is so happy to have her Beyonce back because singing lead vocal on our opening track and all the BAQAs, I'm like, I feel awky.
Oh, I like that word, awky. I'm going to use that.
Little ox. But so good to have you back. You've been gone for a minute.
Girl, I'm still technically gone. This is that like Brown Ambition. But like I still have one more week off on my sabbatical where I'm not doing nothing.
And you stayed true to it. Like you were
did.
like, I'm taking March off.
Yep.
And what's the next one? August?
Media. Yeah, the next one is August. I was gonna take December off, but I have like a project. I don't even know. Well, maybe I'll let you guys in on the news. So I have the workbook version of Get Good Money coming out later on this year. But so because it's later on this year, I will not be able to take December off, which I'm like, meh. So, but I'll take August off. But I'll be here in December.
Well, who needs January?
I know.
Or
No,
February.
because, you know, when
I
you
hate
drop
that.
something, you need to at least plan for the 2 months after that you're going to be going hard on, like, book promotion.
Oh, okay.
So it probably won't be like February. So I'm like, but whatever. Anyway, how was Costa Rica?
Costa Rica. Oh, yeah, it was amazing. It felt like a dream. We left Homeboy at home with my mom. Shout out
I love
to
it, homeboy.
Homeboy was at home, and there was a twinge of guilt, but honestly, like, we needed that. I didn't realize how badly we needed to just be the two of us. We have not done anything like that since before Rio was born. 2019, we went to Portugal for our baby moon. That was the last time we were like alone on a trip because, you know, the pandemonium and all that. And it was divine. And the beauty of like knowing your partner for a decade plus is that you stop expecting them to travel the way that you want to travel. So we had like the perfect Mandy, like Manrique version of a resort that we chose. It was like naturey and boutique, so it wasn't too big. It wasn't, you know, which is not Enrique style, but it still had like pools and a little beach for me because I want to be in the sun for hours, and I was with a hat on.
I was going to say, because you don't look, because you get browner. I'm like, you're not as brown as you look normally.
I know, my nose got a little red the first day and I got scared. Anyway,
you were scared the black part was not going to come through. You're like, oh, Lord, I don't know if my daddy's part's going to do me right.
Irish Mandy was Mandabella. She came to, it's the first tan of the year is rough, okay? The Costa Rican sun's a little intense.
Yes.
So I wasn't trying to bake myself to a crisp, but it was just lovely. We just did nothing but, you know, really stay at the resort and eat really well and have conversations. It was so weird. And I remember, and my husband, like, he opened up in a way. He's a Cancer and he's just who he is. But the way that he opened up at a certain point in our vacation, I was like, I've been waiting for this.
Oh, yeah, because, you know,
it was
Cancers
such
be
a
super sensitive but quiet.
Yeah. And like, you know, when you're with someone like that, you have to like fill in the blanks of like what they're thinking and all that. And don't be too remember we talked about the credit score thing? And I was like, you better give me your credit score. You don't love me. He's like, back off. This is not how I operate. Anyway, it was lovely. It was bittersweet to come home. Obviously, we both missed Rio so much, but I'm already thinking about where we're going to go next on a little like solo husband, wifey vacay. But
Okay.
much needed. I wasn't as good as you. I did not stay off of the internet. I still checked my email.
Well, I'll say
But I
this, I
wasn't gone
did
for a
check my
month.
personal email. Like I checked, like, you know, the budgetnista .com. Or I mean the budget. Well, I was about to tell y'all, girl, bye. Anyway, I did check my
Not that hard
personal.
to guess.
I know.
Man.
So yeah, so I checked that. And I did do like, you know, some personal stuff. I was like, oh, like I finally finished my trust. Whew. It almost took like a year and a half, which is honestly pretty
okay.
normal. Yeah, because there's all this back and forth. Can you add this and this? So I finally, well, let me not say it's finished. The written component is finished because with a trust, it's actually not done until you fund it and you sign it. And so for me, so I'm waiting for Tony Moore, my attorney, super dope Black woman attorney. We love her. And so she just sent me the final. I sent it to Anjali, my financial advisor, to review. And there was just one last component when it came to the kids. So the kids are like anybody who I'm going to be leaving something to under the age of 21. So that's Alyssa, Roman, my nephew, Amelia, my niece, Lily, my niece. And initially, I left my siblings as the beneficiaries to those accounts that I've been setting aside for the kids. But then I thought about it, and just after Jarrell passed away and some things happened that I was like, I said, I want to make sure that the person that I leave the money to, it goes to them. And so, and Tony knew that. So she was like, Tiffany, ask Anjali. This is why it's important to have, if you're going to have financial advisor and attorney, that they're all talking together. Because Tony knew that. And she said, ask Anjali, who's the beneficiaries on those accounts? And I had not thought about it because it's been a while when I opened them. And she was like, I was like, oh, the kids. And Tony was like, remember what you said? Not the kids, your siblings, remember what you said? She was like, we can have the kids be the beneficiaries and we can have it in the trust that they did not get access to their money till they're 25. And I was like, okay, because that was something important to me too, that I don't believe that, well, typically the state, whoever will hold the money for them until they're 18, but I think that's too young. And so I wanted 25. And so that was the last component of the trust. So now I just have to update beneficiaries to everything to go into the trust. I have to actually I have this home that I live in now, and I have the condo that I just bought. I have to change the title to the trust. Yeah, so basically I have to fund the trust with the things I want in there, that if something were to happen to me, it would go to the people who are part of the trust without having to go through probate or anything like that.
Interesting. So you're going to fund it already.
Yes.
So it's not like, if I have so much when I'm gone, it's this percentage of that or whatever. So you have to literally fund it.
Now, yes. Because
and then can you add to it? Or?
Yes, you can continue to add to it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if I buy another property, or if I, have a bank account that's part of the trust, I can put that money there. Or I can have, basically you make the trust the beneficiary. Like normally, when I was 21, my mom was my beneficiary and everything. Because I'm like, I don't know, my mom, Yeah. And so now it's brother. No, Tiffany's trust is the beneficiary of everything. So on my bank accounts, Tiffany's trust. My home, Tiffany's trust. Everything. So if something happens to me, the trust continues to hold what it already was holding. And the people of the trust will get access to those assets based upon my instructions. For example, God forbid something happens to me before my parents pass away. It didn't make sense to me for me to leave them a percentage of my assets. So I just left them a lump sum that was a good lump sum. Like my mom gets the same lump sum, my dad gets the same lump sum. Because then the rest is really divided by my sisters. Because I no longer, so I left also too, the kids, Alyssa, Roman, Amelia, Lily, they all get these lump sums, but really what's left over gets divided evenly by my sisters. And then if I get married or whatever later, I don't know, then I would just relook at. But as it is right now, that's what happens. What's great about that is that with a trust, all these things happen behind closed doors. Let's just say I leave, $50 million in assets. No one will know. Because a trust allows you to navigate behind closed doors, and it allows people, not to say that you will inherit without having to pay taxes, but it helps you with the potential to greatly reduce your tax burden, So, that's so, but it's a long process depending on how many assets, because I had to decide what do I want to have with the business. So the budgetista, I am the budgetista, so I put it in there. You would have to sell it, because I think that I have so basically I had to really decide what do I want to happen with all assets. Because I thought to myself, thankfully Jarrell and I had talked about so much of his finances. So I would say 80% I was pretty clear about what he wanted, but I didn't want my family to have to guess because, Jarrell had what I call normal people finances. I have all these random businesses and it's just so what do you want to happen? And I don't want them to have to guess and tussle and, and you always say oh, my family wouldn't, but you don't know, grief brings out weird things in people. And I just didn't want to, so it's just a little relief that if something happens. Also too, it's I wanted to tell my family, if I'm not capable of making decisions for myself because I'm hurt in some way, this is who I want to make those. Here's who I want separate to make, I have my sister Karen, her husband is a medical doctor. And I said, he's actually a disease and, infectious disease specialist. And so I was I want her to make my health choices, Oh, okay. And then Tracy,
so
I want her
more
to,
than just the financial part.
Yes, because you can separate
the whole
those people.
Kit and caboodle.
Yes.
You're so grown up.
What? I was like, for Tracy, I want her to make these choices. And then for this, I wanted, you know.
Ish right here.
Oh my gosh. When I tell you, because the truth is, I've been 90% financially whole for a long time. This was the last 10% where I'm like, Tiffany, your estate plan is not planned out. You know, like if something happens, you will literally leave your family in just such disarray because you just have a lot going on, and it's a lot for someone to figure out. And I'm sure I've not thought of every single thing, but if I can get 95%, you know, and so they can be like, well, at least we know this, and we have candid conversations. You know, I remember when I was telling my sister Tracy, like, well, you know, I leave you in charge of making these. And she's like, oh, I don't want to hear. I was like, you have to hear it because I want you to know. And I told the other sisters too. So it's not like, well, what did Tiffany say? Well, remember she told us this, you know? And so, yeah. So, but I feel, and then I made like, you know, y'all know already, I got my parents to update their will from when we were like 10. I was like, Daddy, this will says that I will go to Uncle such and such if something happens to you. Like, I'm 43.
Uncle's coming.
No, hey. Exactly. So like they finally updated their will, which is great. So yeah, but I'm glad to be back. Like y'all know I don't know if you know, but I went to Egypt for the first 2 weeks of my month.
I might have let that slip and I wasn't sure, but it was too late.
But yeah, but no, that's fine. But it was, I mean, because like the likelihood, although I did meet I was literally walking. This woman was like, I know who you are. I'm trying not to freak out. Yes, at the pyramids.
Hey, you were in Africa though, so you know.
It was so cute. I was like, what? She was like, oh my God, I love you so much. I was like, oh, that was so cute.
That's wonderful.
But Egypt was top 3 vacations I've ever taken. I know I told you I loved Kenya, and I did. Kenya was amazing, amazing, amazing. But Kenya was like amazing in the space of like the now. Egypt was like literally opening up your history book and jumping into, remember the magic school bus with
Miss Frizzle?
Yes.
Get out of here.
It literally felt like I'm inside the magic school bus, like experiencing like, is this the pyramid? It is a pyramid. Like I can touch it. I can sit on it. This is the Sphinx. I can look at it. I cannot describe what it is to like know that like literally this is not hundreds of years ago. These things were built thousands and thousands of years ago. And there were people who built this with such mathematical precision that it's lined up with the sun and the stars and the moon. And not only just that, not just mathematical precision, but artistic precision. I mean, to see like, it is literally mind blowing how much is left behind that you think to yourself like, yo, you think your house is going to be here in 50 years? Probably not. This is 5,000 years old. What type of materials are you guys using? Can you imagine that they're still here for us to see? And so much, so much has been lost, but so much has been, preserved. And what I love too about Egypt is that you can reach out and touch history. I feel like if you go to like Mount Rushmore, you can't touch the statues, but here you can like touch the pyramid. It's allowed. Like you can go inside the pyramids. It's allowed. So I love how hands-on the history is in Egypt. We spent we went to it was 2 weeks. So we spent about 3 or 4 days in like 4 different locations. And so one of my favorites was this place called Aswan, which is like the Hamptons of Egypt. It was gorgeous.
What of Egypt?
The Hamptons. It was like the super fancy posh, but it was gorgeous and beautiful. We did like a 3 or 4 day cruise on the River Nile and like this, I call it the riverboat.
Like a riverboat? Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So it wasn't like the size of like a Carnival cruise, but it wasn't like the super small boat. So I just called it the riverboat. But to cruise the Nile, to see the sunset and sunrise on the Nile, oh my God. And then we went, I sent you those pictures, Mandy, of hot air balloon riding in Luxor, which is this really beautiful.
Yes.
It looked like a storybook.
Did you have to get up at the crack of dawn?
Yes. We were so tired. We had to get up at 3 a.m.
I did that in Turkey. Husband, that was our first trip together. And he was like, bitch, I'm not getting up. You go enjoy the balloons.
But it was so worth it. So, because I did hot air balloon riding in like Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is actually the hot air balloon capital of the world. But this was so worth it because you do a hot air balloon over the ancient ruins, and it just, honestly, it was just such an amazing trip. And I encourage everyone to Egypt. If it's not on your bucket list, it ought to be. Whether you're a history buff or not, it's just this amazing, miraculous, it is the seat of civilization. You know, like literally, like this is where it all started, and you can feel it and see it. But I will say, if you do go to Egypt, it is not I'm gonna go by myself or I'm gonna go without guided assistance. Certainly not. That's super bustling. Like Cairo is like New York on steroids. I mean, Cairo is like New York times 20, honestly. Super busy, super hustle energy, super go, go, go. So, and you just want to be like safe. So I encourage people to go. Like I went with a tour, which was really great. And so
I was going to ask. That must have taken a lot of the pressure off.
Yeah.
Plus you get it's like, I don't want to go to Egypt and not have someone telling me what I'm looking at.
Yes.
You know? Because like, I feel like I would waste, because everything is historical.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It was, yeah. And it's like, so honestly, but this whole sabbatical has been awesome. I know everyone is not able, but if you are able to take a weekend, a week, I'm taking this month and, you know, August. I won't be able to take December, like I said, but that's okay. But like to take time away, and it's not like I take time away from everything. You know, like I still have to go food shopping, pay bills, you know, but meaning like one of the best things was being on social media. I can't tell you how freeing it is not to know what everybody's up to every second of the day. I mean, because you don't think about it, you're like, I wonder if such and such had the baby. How's such and such dog? I don't even know these people. How am I keeping up with your life? Everyone is a Kardashian. You don't realize how much people's lives I was keeping up with until I wasn't. And I'm just keeping up with the lives of the people who are central to my life. My sisters, my friends, you know, like a few people hit me up. Like my friends were like, girl, I'm waiting for the Egypt pictures on Instagram. I said, you will continue to wait. I'm not posting them. You know, maybe months from now, maybe if I feel like it. But
you didn't get the advanced copy like some of us
did. Manny was like, I don't care about all that. Send me my pics. And so, but I did but there was a connectedness with sharing it with my sister group chat. Like literally I have a group chat with my 4 sisters, with my friends who asked, because I didn't want to take pictures with the end goal of posting it for social media in mind. I just wanted to enjoy Egypt and take pictures because it was fun. Although I was slaying, like many knows, I bought a special dress just for
You'll see them because the world deserves. The world needs, it deserves to see.
Are you going to get one? Because they're not expensive.
I looked into it. No, I told you they should stop selling that dress. It's the Tiffany now, and no one else can have it. I have plenty of yellow dresses, though. That's my color. No, you look stunning. And I mean, yeah, it's just, yeah. And honestly, you taking time off, too, it gives me an opportunity. I mean, obviously, I was holding it down in BA land, but it makes it feel like, okay, it's going to be part of the BA you know, like cadence now. And you really set that precedence. I'm like, hell yeah, let's take August off. We can do this.
Yes.
Amazing. So on my behalf and my family's behalf, thank you.
No, we deserve, because you can't keep go.
Genuinely.
You know, even if you can't take off from work or whatever, take off from social media. Anybody could take off from social media for like a week, a month, or whatever. They're
banning it in Utah. Did you hear that?
No. Are they banning it
now? Well, they passed a law that because there's actually like CDC, there's research that obviously shows how damaging social media is to teenagers, and they just passed a law in Utah where now you have to be 18 and up. It's like cigarettes. To access it, except it's not like cigarettes because your parents can give you permission, but you have to like get your identity verified and all of that before you can even get on like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, any of that stuff. It's the most restrictive ban, I think, out of all the states. And I think like California has some kind of rule, but I don't know. I feel like we're definitely, and when the TikTok, I don't know, you probably missed all of it, but TikTok
I did
CEO was on, you know, getting grilled by Congress and stuff.
I feel like TikTok is on his way. TikTok out. I don't know.
It's I mean, it's funny because I understand the national security issue and all that, but I'm like, what are we giving them exactly? Like, I really like recipes that I'm never going to cook, and I save a lot of them. Yeah. That's like the information China will get about me. But anyway, it makes me think like, I don't know how you and Superman did it with Alyssa, but I'm going to have 2 boys, but still like, I'm leaning more on the side of like really conservative with social media for my kids. Yeah. So I don't really know how to feel as a parent. I'm like, we need something, but like total restriction, you know, until you're 18. I don't know what the right answer is.
I know. Well, with the rule with Alyssa is that Jarrell and Shantae set up for her was that she can't be on a social platform that they're not on, and they have to have full access. Like, I need to know your password. Until one, like, and then also 2, we need to be friends.
Oh, like, that's the other thing in Utah. Your parents get access to everything.
Yeah.
So if you get on it, they can access all your content, your messages, everything that you're looking at.
Because one time she tried to post a little something cute with her little belly shirt out. What? She got snatched up so quick. We were all like, all the aunties, I was like, screenshot. I got so many screenshots. I said, You said it right to Shantae. I was like, I'm blocking everybody. I say you won't, or you'll be blocked off TikTok, sis. And so, because that's really what you have to do. Like, because it would be nice to say you can't use it, but then the kids will sneak. So,
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yes. But her mom is honestly like, they have such a great relationship. And so her mom is really good at keeping up with like the teen tea, if you will, because she works for the Board of Education. And so, like, she's one of, you ever have somebody like works in your building and everybody loves them? They're like, we all love Miss Such and Such. And they just tell all their business, like, and then I'm dating. And then, so that's her mom anyway. So that's the way she relates. Yeah, exactly. That's the way she relates. So she'll be like, girl, I heard that Denise and Dennis are not talking. Yes. And then, so that's how she connects to be like, and that's why you can't go to that party. Yeah. So she's honestly, her mom is awesome. Like, I tell her all the time, you're such an awesome mom, because it's not easy. Alyssa is 16, and like, to be able to stay, like, I have this mom authority. Like, for example, she was like, oh, my friend who's 17 is having a birthday like weekend. She rented an Airbnb and she wants us all to come. I was like, sis, a what now? An Airbnb so you can come back with a baby? No. I was
or
like,
tattoo.
Girl, drinking and stinking. I was like, did you tell your mom? She's like, I did, because she was staying with me like for the last week and a half. So I of course I was having her that weekend that she was trying to go to this Airbnb. I was like, you told your mom? She said it's fine. I'm like, sis, I said, let's call her together. I was like, Shantae, you said Alyssa could go to this Airbnb? She said, I did not. She's like, Ma, you said. I said, no, you told me about it. And I said, what? She said, yeah, but you didn't say no. So I
was like, not looking for a loophole.
And so,
according to the contract, it was not
so,
signed by both
obviously
parties.
She did not go. First of all, when I looked at the Airbnb, girl, it looked like a trap house. I was like, first of all, who rented this? It's in Newark on like D Block. I'm like,
wait, was it friends, kids, or
yeah,
parents?
Her friend is turning 17 or 18 maybe. Because Alyssa's 16, turning 17. But she's young for her grade, so either way.
I'm ready for those kinds of chats. Sleepovers, hell to the nah.
No, I mean, like, your little girlfriends can come here, whatever. But I'm like, an Airbnb, sis, for the weekend? No. Yeah, no.
See, and that comes from, I think, the kids watching, like, MTV. And did they watch MTV? I sound so fucking old. Like, seeing on TikTok, like, the group vacays and, like, all that, which is all fun. Wait for college,
Yeah, but also, too, it didn't even look... I said, you're not going to have fun there. That place looks ghetto. I was like, this is run down. I could see it, like, like, the girl's mom had rented some beautiful place and blah, 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 but that's not the case here. So, anyway, the answer was no. But that's why it's important you have those conversations, all the stakeholders, all the, like, I have like I've always had a great relationship with Alyssa's mom. It's even better now. Honestly, we're even closer now. And so I'm always like, girl, I don't even know why you're trying to, because it's a phone call away. We could text your mama today. Exactly. But, but this, I have to say, this sabbatical, when I tell you, so recharging, so resetting, I'm so glad I still have another full week. Just woosah time. And it took me a while, because I was telling Dr. Green, my amazing therapist, like, I feel bad because I'm not doing anything. She was like, doing nothing is doing something. Because I just feel like, like, I should be doing all this stuff. She's like, no, that's literally the point, Tiffany. Like, next month, you can go right back to doing whatever. But, like, it's, you went to Egypt for the first 2 weeks, and then the last 3 weeks, you've just been walking, reading, therapy, hanging out with family and friends. That's it. And so it's like, it's allowed. That's the point of it. So it's hard not to feel guilty about not being quote unquote productive, but I'm really trying.
Yeah, we all need to, like, break that cycle. My therapist says the same things. And that's why, like, before I went on vacation, I was trying to pep talk myself. Like, sometimes I'll stress about not doing vacation right. Like, am I going to enjoy it enough? Am I going to enjoy it the right way? Am I going to be on my phone too much? Like, and even that, I was like, girl, just go and do whatever you feel like doing. But my favorite thing is silence. And this place was like had all these little nooks and crannies and hidden little pools and hidden, nature-y areas to go sit. And I read a whole book. By the way, if y'all need a good beach read, Black Cake. You were talking about inheritance, and I was thinking about the book I read.
Okay.
It's called Black Cake by, dang it, I should have looked at the author. But it's really good. It's about I don't know if she's, actually, they don't even mention what island she's from, but a woman from an island who leaves her son and daughter a cake in the freezer, they call it black cake, but I think we know it as rum cake.
Okay.
And like all of her dirty secrets from her childhood. It's so good. So get y'all a good book, whether it's a bench at the park or somewhere. But yeah, I agree. And you come back to like springtime. I love that. Came back and it felt like things were blooming, and my baby bump is blooming. That's for sure.
Oh, how you feeling?
Huge.
Oh,
everyone keeps saying I'm cute. I'm like, I hate the cute stage of pregnancy. Don't call me cute.
No, but you do look really cute, Mandy. I mean, some people have a hard look when it comes to, you're like, child, but I'm like, really? Honestly, Mandy, your mother effing glowing. Your hair is all cute. Your face is all glowy.
Oh, I mean, okay, I'll take it. But I will say, as someone who I finally approached that age, maybe it's the pregnancy, but I've never felt more confident in a bikini than I did on vacation this past week. Never been heavier in my whole life. Got this huge baby bump, but I don't know. I was just feeling myself, and I'm like, I'm just gonna rock this, because what choice do I have? I'm not about to be out here in pants in long sleeves. Like, I want to be at the pool all day. So it was lovely.
Good. No, you ought to feel that confidence. Girl, please, you're fly.
Oh, well, it's so good to have you back. Should we take a quick little break?
Yes.
We're just easing on into this and come back with Brown Boost, Brown Break?
We ought to, yes. Hey, BA fam. Squarespace is everything to sell anything. Squarespace has the tools you need to get your businesses off the ground, including e-commerce, templates, inventory management, a simple checkout process, and secure payments. We use Squarespace over here for Brown Ambition, okay? Whatever you sell, Squarespace has merchandising features to make your products look their best online, connect with your audience, and generate revenue through gated member-only content. Present your videos from YouTube, Vimeo, and Animoto on your Squarespace site. This is clutch. See how your visits, unique visitors, and page views trend over time. Gain insights into the top traffic sources, products, device types, browsers, and operating systems by visit. Okay? You own all the content you put on the Squarespace platform. That's critical. They offer one-click data portability, so head to squarespace.com/brownambition for a free trial, okay? And when you're ready to launch, use offer code BROWNAMBITION and save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/brownambition, offer code BROWNAMBITION. Hey, BA fam. Squarespace is everything to sell anything. Squarespace has the tools you need to get your businesses off the ground, including e-commerce, templates, inventory management, a simple checkout process, and secure payments. We use Squarespace over here for Brown Ambition, okay? Whatever you sell, Squarespace has merchandising features to make your products look their best online, connect with your audience, and generate revenue through gated member-only content. Present your videos from YouTube, Vimeo, and Animoto on your Squarespace site. This is clutch. See how your visits, unique visitors, and page views trend over time. Gain insights into the top traffic sources, products, device types, browsers, and operating systems by visit. Okay? You own all the content you put on the Squarespace platform. That's critical. They offer one-click data portability, so head to squarespace.com/brownambition for a free trial, okay? And when you're ready to launch, use offer code BROWNAMBITION and save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/brownambition, offer code BROWNAMBITION. Hey, BA fam, I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. Whoop, whoop, that's right. Everything you earned doubled. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant doubled. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned to snowboard also doubled. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope. Discover does it automatically. We love that. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Hey, VA fam, y'all know time is everything. And we take our time and yours so seriously here at Brown Ambition. And there is nothing worse than feeling like you are wasting your time when you go to a doctor to be helped. And it seems like they have better things to do, better places to be, and would rather be anywhere else than listening to you talk about what's going on with your body, the body that we have to take care of our whole lives, right? That's why we're so excited to partner with a wonderful app like ZocDoc, where you can find quality doctors who focus on you, listen to you, and prioritize your care. So simple to use, and I trusted other people's opinions about their doctors, so it made it that much easier to weed through everyone and see who could be the best fit for me. Book an appointment with just a few taps in their app, and you can start feeling better faster with ZocDoc. Go to ZocDoc.com/brownambition and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many of them are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/brownambition. ZocDoc.com/brownambition.
And we're back in black. I actually have a funny, it's time. I forgot to.
I was about to say.
Boost up, break up, boost up, break up, boost up, break up, boost. Is you gonna boost? Are you gonna break? What you gonna do? What you gonna take?
It's a little remix.
I have a super light boosty breaky, so I'll go first, and then I don't know what you have for boosty breaky, but so I've got two things. One is, and they're like both cosmetic. I'm not being paid, but I really liked it. So my sister Lisa came over the other day, and she was like, "I've been influenced." I was like, "Why?" She was like, "I'm wearing this new almost lipstick by Clinique. I had this little bottle. I just went to Ulta today and bought it. It's called Black Honey, and the claim to fame is that no matter your skin color, you can wear it. It looks different." And so basically, it just basically enhances like your natural lip color. And I was like, so Lisa put it on, and her lip color is like slightly pinky or whatever. And so like I was like, oh, and we went out to brunch, and she was putting it on, and this woman was like, oh my God, and we were in brunch in Brooklyn. It was a sister. She was like, Black Honey. So the woman took out her Black Honey, put it on. And hers was like more of like a reddish lip color, so like her natural, so it enhanced it. And I was like, oh, that's nice. So then I just bought it today, and I have to say I like it. I have more of a brown, like a brownish, like with the undertones of red lip color. So it just basically enhances, like, this is your lip, but your lip more lipping. I don't know how to explain it. So it's like it's not a lipstick and it's not a chapstick, but it feels really nice like a chapstick. So I just was like, I like it. So, I mean, it's not cheap. It was like $23, but whatever. So,
that's about the going rate for a good tube of lip gloss, okay?
But I just liked it. I was just like, okay. So, I'm super chocolate. Lisa is like maybe like a medium brown, and the other lady was like someplace in between. And then I've seen it like on all different color girls. But I love when a product, it's like the traveling pants, the sisterhood of the traveling pants.
I was about to say that. You took my jokey joke.
So this is like the sisterhood of the traveling. So Clinique almost lipstick. It's called Black Honey. And so I don't know. Try it. If you guys are using it, let me know. I would love to see it on you, because I love that it really just like, like it's your color, just like, I don't know, like a more enhanced version of your color, which I love. Because sometimes, like, I don't always. No, not at all. But I don't. Also, I like wearing not necessarily a lipstick, but I like wearing like these lip stains sometimes, and then sometimes I like chapstick. But sometimes you just want something where you're like, I want something that's me, like supernatural, but not just exactly my lip color. Something like more enhanced. And the second boost is so this is going to sound like crazy, but let's talk about vaginas. So since we had
there's nothing off limits. In fact, part of the reason I was late was because I realized I had my underwear inside out. So I had to put them right. And I'm pregnant, and it took a while to get the leggings off and on. Aww. So let's go.
So when I was in college, I'm going to say nothing. I'm going to be careful not to like incriminate her. There was a young woman who just had like a very strong vagina odor. And I didn't know at the time. I know. And I realize now that it was bacterial
vaginosis or whatever that word is.
Yeah, BV. Basically, that's the right. So I didn't know at the time. It was just like, and I didn't know her well enough to say, because she was just on the floor, lived on the floor. And no, this is not me. But I remember thinking, I I grew up in a house. My mom was a nurse, and I have 4 sisters, and so she was very adamant about teaching us, this is how you clean yourself. This is how you clean yourself. You know, when you, especially like after we got our cycles for the first time. You know, like. But I remember when that happened, because she was this pretty girl, and she didn't want to have like any boyfriends. She just had a really hard time, and you know, you're so young. I didn't know like what. I honestly just thought, well, don't you just clean yourself and you don't, you know? But I remember it was then that I became super vigilant about finding the right thing to clean, like myself, because I just remember being terrified that that's what happens when you maybe are not using the right soap, the right, you know, and then you try all this stuff that just totally just like, and you're not supposed to put down there. So I remember my friend who's West Indian put me onto this thing called Dettol, which is like literally like putting bleach. Girl, yes, it was such a strong.
Where?
Y'all West Indian need a Dettol. They like Dettol for everything. They use Dettol to like.
Aren't you supposed to like not use anything because you're unless I mean that's a condition. You need to see a doctor.
Yes, so they say, but I will say. So I've always tried. Like I was using Dr. Bronner's, which that peppermint be tingling in ways that feel like
you're
child.
not supposed to get all.
I know, but I will say
the natural bacterium.
Well, I will say lately. I love the one. This is a Black-owned women brand, like Black-owned. Is that and I think we actually had them. Like I think we need to get them back. This is Amani to our producer. We need to get them back as people that you know pay us for like ads. But I will say, Honey Pot, girl.
Honey Pot.
When I tell you, I'm not gonna lie. When they first brought us Honey Pot, was it the pads they gave us, and I was not a fan. You know, like as a girl who wears pads, I've never used tampons. Like I was like, yeah. So then I honestly never explored anything else Honey Pot until I think they sponsored us again or something like that. But they have a wash, like a foaming wash. Honey. First of all, because I'm super sensitive, my skin, everything. So I use the sensitive foaming wash, everything. And then the wipes, oh my gosh. Like, and I use the sensitive wipes too, everything. And then they have like a sensitive spray. But when I tell you, even during your cycle, even after your cycle, when you're least feeling your least fresh, you're like, girl, is this me? Like it is, honestly, when I say life changing, because like I said, I'm someone who's just clean, but always felt like I could do better. It could be, after working out. Like what I love most about Honey Pot is the lasting effects, because you do your thing, you know, you use your foaming wash, you know, you wipe with the wipes, you spray, and then you can work out and then be done with the workout and you don't smell like you're done with the workout. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know?
And you don't have time to like shower properly.
Yes, you know, but it just doesn't, or just like before you even get home or whatever, but it just, because usually that's when you're like, well, this is natural. Girl, I just worked out. It's just, you know, but no, I don't know what they put in that thing, what sorcery. Her name is Beatrice, but it is amazing. Yeah, so like like I said, my favorite is the foaming wash, which I use every morning when I take a shower and evening if I take a shower. I use the wipes, especially during cycle time, because that's when you're most, you know, not as fresh. And then
that's one of my favorite pregnancy symptoms. I must say.
And then I use the
and
spray.
Breastfeeding. I'm like, oh, 2 years, no periods. Sign me up for.
Oh, really? Well, you breastfeed.
When you breastfeed, yeah, which does not mean that you can't get pregnant. Do not make that mistake, because
your people be having kids
snatch you together. Exactly. I'm not no Irish twins here, but yeah, so you do.
I just will say that I just have to say honestly, Honey Pot is for the win. I have never felt fresher. Like I've met Beatrice.
Girl, we ain't getting paid for this.
I know. I'm sorry, but I'm saying they need to. But it was just so good. I just had to I just was like this when I was using it. I said I got to talk about Honey Pot, because this stuff right here is just too amazing.
Skipping out that shower.
I know. So, and you don't understand. Like I'm someone who breaks out for everything. Like literally, if I use a new lip gloss, my lips will break out. If I use a new face wash, my face, like I'm sensitive to, I'm allergic to black hair dye. I had dyed my hair once and my whole face blew up. I remember that story. Yes. And so like, I'm somebody who is hypersensitive to everything. I guess that's why I'm so excited, because I'm like, everything makes me break out. Everything makes me, and so to be able to use this, and also that it's a Black woman owned brand, and I'm not gonna lie, they did her dirty when some random TikToker posted a video about like, hey, they changed the formula and didn't tell us, which is not true. They did. And they dragged her and almost destroyed her business. And I'm just I remember
that.
Yeah, it was really, really, really ugly. And I just was like, you know, that was wrong. And 2, and it was also untrue. And so 3, I know they're not paying us, but I just want to say, like, I've met Beatrice a couple times. She's super dope. And also 2, like, it's the stuff actually works. So that's your little kudos. But Beatrice, girl, let us sponsor. Give us some sponsorship money, child, because I could talk about vaginas every week if you need us to.
I think it's a good moment to call back our recent episode where we had a vagina doctor. What was her name? That's not her actual title, but she got me
Jennifer,
following.
Yes.
Jennifer something. What was it? Oh, Discover Her, something like that. Yeah. Well, yeah, anyway, it's an awesome episode. It was Valentine's Day. That's what it was.
Yes.
V-Day, the vagina episode. Please go back and educate yourselves, okay? No matter how you identify.
So that's my boost. Look, my boost deals with both lips. And to our producer, please do not use it as a clip. Because I was like, first of all, during the V-Day episode, Imani had the nerve to use the clip where I was like, I pee on myself. I said, I should strangle Imani.
Because it's so funny. Yeah, I had nothing to do with that.
I said, not the pee-pee confession as the clip for social media. But whatever, it is what it is. But I'm like, yeah, you pick somebody else.
Oh, man. So
what, are you boosted or breaking?
Well, let me go ahead and boost for the book that I found out the author. So the author is a Black woman. Her name is Charmaine Wilkerson. The book is Black Cake. I got it at Target in paperback, and that thing looks like I use and abuse it. I read it so fast in the pool. But an awesome book featuring some really like strong Black female characters. So if you're into that, definitely pick that book up this summer. And then my other boost, because I have mom brain, I need to go to my notes and I know what it was. Oh, I wanted to give a boost to myself because one of the things I did before I went on vacation was I did my first ever in-person Mandy Money talk. Which was a couple weeks ago, but I want to mention it because I have just started, it's been a couple of weeks and I've started to get the emails like, I met you there and here's this opportunity and here's this, like the fun part and the reason why you sometimes do things for free or things that you're kind of scared of. But yeah, just shout out to that. And also I found out about this conference. I don't feel like through an ad on IG or something like that, or I saw it in an email, like a random email. And I wasn't on a list of speakers, and I checked them out, and I was like, "Oh, April Ryan is going to be the keynote," and she was awesome, and it was local to me, and I just used my journalism skills. I tracked down every organizer I could find, found them on LinkedIn, found their IG, found their email, hit them up everywhere. So I have this great workshop. I do it virtually, but I'd love to do it at your conference, and they just added me to the roster.
Yes,
just because I asked, and put myself out there. So yeah, for anyone, and I say it all the time, like if you're wanting exposure or experience public speaking, you can't, it's great when they come to you, but also do what you can to make connections so that, you can get a chance, get on a panel or, be seen. And I just told myself, this is a conference with hundreds of badass entrepreneur women. There's going to be someone there who maybe I could work with, down the line. So it was such a great little event and I was just proud of myself. So that's my boost.
Of you too. And you spoke to my dream catchers when I was away.
I did. Did they come to you and give you a grade? I was
girl, I have been out. Okay.
Okay, you're right. No, it was so good. I
know they loved you. I'm sure they did. But I told my team, I said, unless it's Michelle Obama or Oprah, don't hit me up. When I say I have no idea what's going on in the business, I said, I don't want to know.
Well, Logan, Rose, the whole team, especially Logan, I had a call with her. I talked to your SEO people while you were gone. They got it going on.
Yeah, no, they did. Please, I trust them. They're good. I was like, no, that's the point. If I can't trust my team, what am I doing? So I'm like, I don't need a blow by blow, whatever. It's cute when people hit me up and they're like, oh, I think NPR reached out. They wanted to do an interview or something on a Saturday. And I was like, okay, you telling me I was on sabbatical? I could do it in April. It's dope, don't get me wrong, but I was like, no, because that's the point of sabbatical. You say no to everything, unless it's Oprah or Michelle Obama. But other than that, I'm like, no. Because then you start making allowances for all these other random things. And it's like, no. That's not what breaking is about. So.
Well, let me know. You still got some time. Should we do another Brown Ambition Summit at the spa? Because I got time this week. Just let me know.
Okay.
My back is. I got a delightful massage in Costa Rica, but the plane and a toddler. 3 days later, I need it again. But yeah, I guess that's the show. Good to be back. Good to have y'all back.
We'll see you next week, y'all.
Hey, BA fam, we could not do this show without your support or the support of our team behind the scenes. The Brown Ambition podcast is produced by Imani Crosby, and Dennis Stemplinsky is our in-house tech guru. I am your co-host, Mandy Woodruff-Santos, and we will see y'all next week, BA fam.